Alright chat, I know the music is still playing on this broadcast soon screen, but we had some technical difficulties, so we're starting in 30 seconds. Oh, and the music turned off. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the live broadcast of the Long March 3B, as we are a few moments away from the launch, about 12 minutes, I believe, from now, or 21 minutes, excuse me there. As you can see, it's going to be a very good day here today. We are with a special guest, or co-commentator, Corey. Welcome to the stream.
Special guest. Hello, thank you for having me once again.
It's great to see you again. It's been a little bit, yeah, today I will say there was a Firefly launch planned, and that got scrubbed.
Yes.
For the people that didn't know yet and thought, why did this guy replace a stream today? So it's scrubbed because it already said 20% go, which wasn't really a good sign, and then we heard it was gonna scrub or it scrubbed till tomorrow. So yeah, and now about Long March 3B, because that's next. Yeah, what to talk about Long March 3B? Yeah, it's a rocket. That's what it is. And hold up a minute, let me just get stuff here. So yeah, the Long March 3B rocket. It has 3 stages, for if you didn't know. This rocket has 3 stages. I think another rocket has 2 stages or 4 stages. I'm not sure which Long March 3B version has 4 stages. I think it even I don't know if it has 4 stages, but this one has 3 stages and is 56 meters tall. And the fairing 9 meters height, 4 meters in diameter. That's just what I'm reading here. And yeah, today it will be launching from what I've seen, it will be launching from Launch Site 2, Launch Complex 2 in Xishan Satellite Launch Center. So I don't know if this is true. Highly possible, because last launch was from Launch Complex 3. So I highly expect it to be from Launch Site 2 today. So yeah, pretty much about Long March 3B. I think it is this Chinese rocket has been the most streamed rocket launch on my YouTube channel, because it launches so often. It already has 7 flights this year.
I think what would Long March 2D be second? Well, for Chinese, not including Falcon 9.
You mean the Falcon 9 or Long March 2D?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, it launches much, but I don't stream it much because they don't really have webcams anywhere around there. So
I think we did 1 Long March 2D launch, maybe 2.
Did we?
Anyways, that doesn't matter right now.
One wasn't streamed. The other one, we did not have cameras on it.
Yeah, we did 1 with a few internet satellites, I think.
Oh, whatever. Well, today, forgetting about Long March 2D and all that stuff, we're gonna focus on this launch day, although we don't have much to show you for about 18 minutes. Although I thought it was gonna launch 54, because normally the forms are right, but that is just an estimate. Because it was 55 from what I see here, so. So yeah, should we talk about, Corey? What is a good time to talk about?
I'm gonna go spit off some facts real quick while I get up my fact sheet once again. So.
All right. We'll wait for that. Let me actually check the weather in Xishan. Not that we're not gonna see the launch all of a sudden because it's way too cloudy. The weather in Xishan today, it is a little bit cloudy, so I don't expect to see the launch much. Probably gonna get like a few seconds of the launch, and then it will slowly disappear. The reason I'm saying that is because it is, like I said, it is a bit cloudy there, so probably just coming off when it launches, it'll take like 30 seconds, it will come off the mountain, and then a few seconds later it will disappear because of the clouds.
I mean, like, to be fair, but the way I measure it is, I've seen over 400 rocket launches, like, you know, not live now. I've seen about 10 live, but you know, through the screen, and it's like, you know, if you see the rocket, even for like 5 seconds, it counts. So. Yeah.
That is a very true.
Can count it.
That is. It counts when we see it. That is what it is. So, yeah, very excited to hopefully see it. If we're gonna see it, I think we will see it because yeah, the clouds are like high up now, is what I've seen. And the boys said they would be there for the launch, but they had problems getting ready. I heard they say as well that they will be there, but I just got information that they might do recording because, yeah, I've heard some complaints about connection there lately, but that's just from what I've heard. Take it with a grain of salt, cause yeah, pretty much that. So, well, if we get lucky, they might share us the feed, and I might try without OBS crashing, cause we just had that. Try to get that for you. So yeah, that is pretty much what I'm gonna be waiting for here. Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, you can, Corey, if you want. So.
Alright, so Long March 3B is a classic, you know, Chinese launch vehicle, which means it is powered by some really fun liquids. So kids, go ask your mom if she can pour you a glass of some dinitrogen tetroxide and UDMH, some really fun things to drink. So these are hypergolic propellants, and you know they're extremely dangerous. Because when they mix, they spontaneously combust. So you don't need any ignition system. So the boosters on the Long March 3B, the 4 boosters, are powered by one YF-25 engine, giving a maximum thrust of 740.4 kilonewtons, and they burn for 127 seconds. So. Then the first stage is powered by 4 YF-21Cs, which give a total of 2,961.6 kilonewtons, and then a burn time of 145 seconds, which is only a little bit longer than the boosters, and it's powered by the same thing. So then the second stage is it actually, so we may not know what is powering this today, but there's an option of and it's one of these, so it's one YF-24E, one YF-22E, and then So, and then it's YF-23F. So there are it's kind of interesting because they're not technically separate engines, but they're little thrust chambers that hang off the side to like control rolls, so they have an option to do that or not. So, and that gives about 742 kilonewtons of thrust, and that burns for 185 seconds. And then the third stage is powered by liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, and that burns for 478 seconds and gives a maximum thrust of 167.17 kilonewtons. So this is a pretty capable rocket all over, and it's extremely reliable as well. So this is a pretty good rocket. I think I would launch a satellite on it.
Indeed. I'm just gonna go for like 5 minutes, and then I'll be back like T-minus 5 minutes before the launch, and then yeah, pretty much that. So yeah, I'll be back. But I don't know if you want to go to you. So yeah.
Yeah. So so this is probably the equivalent for, those of you that know, this is probably equivalent to, like, the Atlas V, Delta 4 without the heavy configuration, GSLV Mark III, H2A, Zenit 3F, some of the like really classic rocket launch vehicles. It is also comparable to a Falcon 9 in the reusable configuration, because they have to save a little bit more propellant and it loses a little bit of performance coming back, but you don't always need that with Falcon 9. So yeah, and I can't find any exact quotes on it, but I don't think it's that expensive. So yeah, it has had 2 failures, I believe, and then only 2 partial failures. So, and that is out of, so that's out of 107 launches. So 103 of these have been completely successful, which is good, I think. So, and I do think we can trust those numbers. So yeah, and the failures were Intelsat 708, which is actually a pretty famous one. I'm not really gonna go over that one too much right now because that's a really long subject, but that's a pretty famous one. And then Palpa N1, that was another failure for the 3B-E configuration. And then the partial failures were Palpa D and ChinaSat 9A. Its first flight was in the 3B's first flight was in 1996 on February 14th, and that was the Intelsat 708 launch. Actually, I guess I can go over that a little bit quickly. So it basically what happened was right after it lifted off the pad, and remember, this thing is fueled by very bad to breathe in propellants and flammable stuff like that. So it lifted off the pad, then veered straight into a village. So they only said the death toll was in 100, but with looking at how many people lived in the village from United States satellites and things like that, it's probably closer to 1,000. But it went straight into a village and blew everything up. So yep, there's that. So yeah, so the 3B's last flight was in 2012 on September 18th, but it's just, the 3B, it's kind of like, Falcon 9 Block 5, it's so they just upgraded it to the 3B-E, so this is still the 3B. So yeah, and most everything is the same on the rocket, except you do have a optional fourth stage, which I am not sure actually how to tell. I'm not sure if it's inside the fairing, which is the top part of the rocket. It might be. I know that's how some of these vehicles are, or it's on top of the stage. But if it were to have the fourth stage, that would be a YF-50 producing a huge amount of thrust. Most powerful rocket engine in the world right here, 6.5 kilonewtons. That's a whole lot, powered by nitrogen, tetroxide, and UDMH. Try saying that fast, so I'm not going to embarrass myself there. Yeah, so it's a pretty standard launch vehicle. So yeah, and actually, its cost is 50 million to 70 million, which is in the realm of Falcon 9, actually. And its payload to LEO is 25,400 pounds. Payload to sun synchronous orbit is 15,700 pounds. And just for LEO again, 11,500 kilograms. And to SSO, sun synchronous orbit, 7,100 kilograms. And then to GTO, that is 5,500 kilograms, 12,000 pounds. And then geostationary Earth orbit is 4,400 pounds. So yeah, that this pretty successful launch vehicle. So it was derived from the Long March 3C, which only has 2 boosters, but otherwise it's pretty similar. Which all of the 18 launches for that were successful. Let's see, yeah. Coming up on about getting around the 5-minute mark here, so hopefully we will see this thing fly today. One thing actually, if we do get to see the plume on the rocket, in just 1 second. All right, so okay, so if we do now, normally the rocket has yeah, no problem. We're glad you're here, Victor. So the rocket has the boosters on it are fueled by the same stuff that the main engines run on, but they are kind of angled out. Yeah, so that's what we're a little bit worried about. Looks a little cloudy. So that's why I'm thinking, if we see it or not. But it's kind of funny. It's not the most efficient thing in the world, but it does give them a little bit more roll control. But the booster engines, not the booster itself, are actually angled out slightly. So it's kind of funny, and a lot of launch vehicles from China are like that. That's another cool thing. Long March 3C did that as well. So yeah, not sure if we will see that today, but we will 100% see if that happens or not. So, yep. So and actually, just pulling up my calculator real quick, it has a 96.3% successful launch rate, which is pretty good. So yeah, and that's not included. That is including the partial failures as well. So yeah, that's pretty good. So we're not really sure what is going on board today, but it would appear as if it is going to geostationary transfer orbit, GTO. So yeah, but unfortunately we're not sure. And some of the other ones coming up for it are Tianlian-2, and there's one in between that on the 13th of May, but that one we also don't know. And then after that, there's another one we don't know, then ChinaSat 9C, then Yun 4C, and then ChinaSat 27. So in both of those, ChinaSats are for communications, both all going to GTO. And Tianlian-2 is a asteroid sample return mission going to a heliocentric orbit. And the ChinaSat 27 is going up in 2027. I would assume we have a good bit more launches in between there of this beautiful rocket.
All right, I'm back.
You are back.
Yeah, I made it in time. Oh, why am I turning my phone off? I should record the screen in a sec. Once again, no Douyin streams or anything. Like always. Don't. Here, it's good. It's gonna launch from this point somewhere. I'm just gonna. Oh, OBS.
Okay, so yeah. So from what you've heard, LM3B will retire around.
Yeah, I don't know.
2030. Yeah. So the closest one we have out is from 2027. I would like to think that these aren't the last ones. Maybe we are, getting up there, but yeah.
Oh shoot, it's launching soon.
It will probably be.
Let me get the countdown away in terms.
5 years of high launch cadence. Yes, this is going to be the highest year, 2025, for Long March 3B. Yep.
I just want you guys to pay attention. It could launch at any point, and right as I'm saying that, that is it.
Yep. Here we go. Awesome.
It is moving fast, so that counts.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's already gone into clouds.
It's gone. So I guess that little blob, well, whatever we would call that little blob, it counts. So see how Long March 3B. Yep. So little blob. So unfortunately we couldn't see some of the colors. Maybe we'll get some pictures from some media sources later, but yeah.
I think that was the launch, though.
Yep.
It's very hard to see. It's gone now, totally. It's probably around engine shutdown, the booster separation, and the stage separation, and the second stage running should be happening based off previous launches from like launch coverage and stuff. Just
yeah, so 145, very overcast today. Yeah. Yes, very less likely. It's not. That is definitely the shortest one I've ever seen, or not the shortest, but the one where we have not been able to.
Someone in the next space flight. Yeah, I'm reading next space flight chat. Dot. Very nice. Yep, a dot.
Real. Yes.
A dot.
Yep. Dot.
Dot. Indeed. Your face review. Well, a dot, and that's all we get. So, like I said, it was gonna be very overcast today, very cloudy, and it indeed was, as the, yeah, it was very cloudy, because it was gone after probably a few seconds, and it came back for a little bit. It was, probably some, like, cloud level changes, so, happens.
Yeah.
Well, we got to see it a little bit, and, yeah. I think it's pretty sad to end the broadcast at T+2 minutes, so I think we should just do a little bit of talking here before we get away cut off here, because otherwise it's gonna be real boring. If you want to stay here, you can also go if you like. The launch has launched. You can rewind back to watch it. We're just gonna talk a little bit here, so if you want to stay around, that's okay.
Do we know how far the camera is away from it?
I've heard that it was like 20-30 miles, but I don't know if that's right myself, because it looked pretty close, but it also looked really small, so I don't know.
Do you know where it is on like Google Earth or something?
No, I'm gonna ask them. I'm gonna ask boys/friends for that, because they probably know better. Because this is only available this camera is probably only available in China, and if you get access to it in China, you probably have to enter username and password. So that is it. Well, I mean, it's publicly available, but I don't know if it's to find, because I cannot share anything, because that would be considered leaking IP addresses, and that is not what I want to do.
Yeah, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Because this is privately shared between me and the boys, and that's it.
So I guess the answer is we really don't know right now, but probably 20 to 30 miles. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Which probably doesn't really help, but
I'll ask them where it is and well, because when they know where it is, then they can calculate how far it is, because Google, when you find it on Google Earth, yeah, you can do like measure distance, and yeah. I'll ask them, and after the stream I'll probably figure out. They're probably not going to respond right away, because yeah, very inactive sometimes. But yeah, I believe we just saw the Long March 3B lift off 4 minutes ago.
That wasn't a Long March 3B, I don't know what that was. So.
Yeah, it did not look like a plane at all, because it's, first of all, it's not that bright, and if it has lights on, it yeah, it does not, light does not shine straight on that, like, that far, depending on how far it is, the camera. And first, and second of all, it looked like it went up, not to the left, right, or anything. So yeah, that should have been the Long March 3B, because for previous launches, when I used this camera, it was also visible. And it was more visible than this, so that is good. And yeah, so we're probably gonna get like news in like 40 minutes or something, probably an hour, depending on how secretive it is about the launch. Alright, so I think we're gonna end the coverage here. It was nice to have you here, Corey. So
thank you very much for having me. I enjoyed this one.
And for the people wondering what the next launch is, it will be the Firefly Alpha Message in a Booster, launching tomorrow at 1:37 p.m. UTC from Vandenberg Space Force Base. So we'll see you tomorrow for that launch. I don't know if you can.
Maybe if it crashes through the ocean, it'll become a message in the bottom, or in the bottle.
All right. Well, that will conclude coverage here. I want to thank everyone for watching today's live stream, and we will be back tomorrow for the Firefly launch. So thank you, Corey, and we'll see you next time, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. See ya.